starting off our Black Friday deals with webcams. This, what you're looking at, is the NexiGo N970P. It's one of the best webcams on the market. It has a remote so that you can control all of the settings right with this. You don't need any software, and it saves all the settings to the device itself. I ranked this number 1 in my best webcams buyer's guide. Since that video came out, NexiGo has also released another webcam, the NexiGo Iris, and there's also the Elgato Facecam Pro. I think those two devices are better than the N970P in ways. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and take a look at the price. This is $140. This is a 4K webcam, does 4K, 30 frames per second. With a firmware update, it can do 1080-60, but out the box, it's just 1080-30. And as good as the sale looks at $140, it's actually way better than it looks, because when this launched, this was like $230. When the Iris came out, which I'll talk about in a little bit, this thing got discounted down to $190, and now we have a $50 drop in price. This is absolutely the best value for any webcam on the market. If you want something even better, this is the NexiGo Iris. Now, when it first came out, $250, I felt that was way too overpriced. Even $200 is a lot, but that's $50 off. And this looks even better. Sharper image, even better colors than the NexiGo N970P, and still has the remote. Remote's a little bit buggy on this thing compared to the N970P, but it does look really good. And here's the price that you can see. Again, this is on NexiGo's website. I don't know how much it's going to be on Amazon. I'll put links to Amazon in the description, but also NexiGo's website. But this is their Black Friday deal that they have going on, and it's going from Black Friday through Cyber Monday. So go ahead and take a look at these sales. And if you're interested in using a real traditional camera as your webcam, this is the Sony ZV-1. Absolutely amazing quality. I've talked about this a lot. I have a full review on it. And here's the Black Friday deal on Best Buy's website. They got it for $650. I bought it for $750. So this is an amazing deal, $100 off. There's also the newer Sony ZV-1F. Now, this camera is not quite as good as the ZV-1. The lens isn't quite as good. It doesn't come with an ND filter, but it does look pretty comparable. And for $500, I think it does beat out any webcam on the market. Again, I don't have the ZV-1F myself so that I can give an example, but there are a lot of examples on YouTube, but it does look very similar to the Sony ZV-1. There are also some amazing lights on sale on Black Friday. The main light that I'm using right in front of me is the Elgato ring light. Now, I know in some of the shots in this video, I had it a little bit too low. I didn't realize, because I haven't worn my glasses in a video in a while. You can wear glasses with the ring light. You just need to put it up a little bit higher. And it does have an adjustable stand so that you can move it up. And here it is on Elgato's site. New price, $150. I bought it when it was $200. And of course, keep on saying it, but you can use the code to get even more off. I'm also using this as a fill light, the Elgato key light. It's not actually on sale. So I don't know, $200. I personally don't recommend this for that much money, because you are going to need 2 of them. However, this is an awesome deal, the Elgato key light Air. So what you can do, $100. This is again on Elgato's website. You can put one on one side, one on the other side, get some good lighting. I have a video where I compare the key light to the key light Air, and then I demonstrate different scenarios that you can use the key light Air and what it looks like with the webcam. This is the NexiGo Iris again. The light that I'm using behind me is the newer 18-inch ring light. This is on Neewer's website. Now you can get it here, or you can look on Amazon. Just look for newer 18-inch ring light. It should be like the top one. This is very harsh to look at directly, so this is why I use it for like just product photography and just lighting up the background. And this is the newer 18-inch advanced ring light. It is the final light that I have. It is to the left of me. It comes with a remote just like it shows here, and then all the little mounting options for like your phone and stuff like that. Now, I wouldn't actually buy this on Neewer's site. It says that it's on a deal, but there's actually a way better deal on Amazon right now. So I will go ahead and take a look at that, unless they lower the price on Neewer's website. Now, the microphone I've been speaking into is the Samson Q2U. Now, it's actually not on a sale on Best Buy's website, but if you go to Amazon, they don't like me showing like screenshots and like live prices of it. On Amazon, the price is actually dropped significantly. It is on a good sale on Amazon. So I'll have a link to that in the description. This is a USB microphone, but also XLR. I have it plugged in XLR right now, and it's a dynamic microphone, so it rejects a lot of background noise. And I actually have it plugged into this, the Elgato Wave XLR. This is an audio interface, technically not on sale by itself, $160. This is Elgato's website, but you can use this code BF22 at checkout, and you can save 15%, which is, stands for Black Friday 22. And you scroll down here a little bit, and you can see that there's some pretty cool controls that are on the Wave XLR itself to control your microphone. By the way, this has enough gain to push the SM7B if you need that. And this also has Elgato's Wavelink software, so you can use this to mix the different volumes of a lot of different audio sources. This is really useful for streamers. I don't actually use this software myself. I had it, but it doesn't really do much for my workflow specifically. Now I switched over to another microphone. This is the Elgato Wave 1. Now this is a condenser microphone as opposed to the dynamic. So this picks up a little bit more background noise, but this also comes with that Wavelink software. $50 on Elgato's website, and that's way cheaper than what it launched for. And of course you can save 15% more with this code. This little knob right here, this is just to change the headphone gain. Doesn't really do a whole lot. Like the Wave 3 that has tap to mute and some other functions that you can control with the knob. But the sound quality is pretty good for this microphone. It has a built-in pop filter. It's not amazing, but this is decent. This is even cheaper than the Samson Q2U. So if you need that wavelength software on the cheap, or if you just really like the way that this microphone sounds, then the Elgato Wave 1 is a great choice. Switching microphones once again, this is the Blue Yeti. It's been extremely popular ever since it came out years ago. It's on a huge sale, 90 bucks on Blue's website. This picks up a ton of detail. I actually had to throw on a noise reduction filter on this thing so it wouldn't pick up my computer fan quite as much. I actually had to do the same thing with the Wave 1. My brother makes music. He uses this microphone all the time for both his vocals and instrumentals. But yeah, for music making, this is an excellent microphone because of how much detail it picks up. Getting into capture cards, this is the Elgato 4K60 Pro. I'm actually using it right now so that you can see the quality. This is the Sony ZV-1 plugged into the Elgato 4K60 Pro. Absolutely fantastic quality. And you can use this for the Xbox Series S, Series X, and the PS5 as well. But I'm just using it for my camera right now. This can do 4K 60 frames per second in HDR. It can also do more, but I'll throw a link to this, of course, in the description. Now, scrolling back up, again, not technically on sale, but use that coupon code. Do keep in mind that if you want to use the HDR, then you're going to need an NVIDIA graphics card. It's not going to work with AMD graphics cards. You can do everything else, but just not the HDR. Now, of all the products I'm going to talk about today, this is the only one that I don't actually have myself. This is the Elgato HD60X. Now, this can pass through 4K 60, but it can only actually record 1080 60. This is basically an upgraded Elgato HD60S, which I reviewed very positively on my website and on my channel. Now, I can't vouch for the quality control of this because I don't have one myself, but the HD60S was amazing. So was the HD60 before it. $50 off. So if you don't need to actually record in 4K, but you do want to pass that through and actually play on it, then this is a capture card worth considering. Also, this is an external capture card, so that you don't need like a extra PCIe Express slot so that you have to plug the 4K 60 Pro into. You can just use this even with a laptop. Moving into headsets, this is the Dropus EPOS PC38X. Amazing deal, $120. This is on Drop's website. I actually have the PC38X, the black edition right here. I like the sound signature. It's pretty warm. The bass isn't like crazy overpowering. And unless you want like ridiculously super strong, ultra booming bass, pretty much everybody else will be very satisfied with this. This is a lot warmer than pretty much every other gaming headset. The clarity is really good. If you're going to be playing FPS game, I do recommend doing some EQ with it, maybe to boost the upper mid range so that you can get the footsteps to stand out a little bit more, because this is very full in the bass. So it makes a lot of the other frequencies also very prominent, like explosions and stuff. It's very great for immersiveness, but I personally tweak the EQ a little bit when I'm playing something like Warzone or any Call of Duty game. Outside of the Audeze Penrose, this is my favorite gaming headset. The microphone's actually pretty decent too. I have a lot of examples of that. Now, really the only problem with this device is that it looks really bad. Like the yellow version is terrible. So I actually got the black version. And unfortunately that one does cost more at $140. So if you're okay with that yellow, then you can get, or if you like the yellow, you get that for $120. Anyway, this is on Drop's website. Not sure how much it's going to be on Amazon or any other site, but I'll go ahead and leave links in the description. And the headset that I'm wearing right now is the HyperX Cloud II. I actually took the microphone off right now because, you know, it is a detachable mic. Don't actually need it at the moment. This is a very clear headset, but I think it is way too bright for my taste out the box. So what I do is I EQ the highs to be a lot lower and then the lows to be a lot stronger. I don't find that it sounds nearly as good as the Dropus EPOS PC38X or maybe like the Astra A40, but it is an amazing price. I don't think you can really beat this thing for the price. $60. This is at Best Buy's website, $40 off. If you find the HyperX Cloud Core, it's also a very similar device to this. Even the Cloud Alpha is actually a really amazing device as well. This is even on sale, as you see. This device is even cheaper. It's not as comfortable as the Cloud 2, and the sound signature is actually better. It's a little bit warmer. The highs aren't as harsh. It's more balanced, not as good as the Dropus EPOS PC38X, but at this price range, really good device, but it doesn't get quite as loud as this, the Cloud 2, and it's not as comfortable. And if you like those super high boosted upper mid-range frequencies, then you're gonna really get that with the Cloud 2. That helps for footsteps, at least for me, and you're not gonna get that as much with the Cloud Alpha. Now, I wanted to just quickly gloss over some of these headphones deals, some of the consumer ones. I tested this in store, the Sony Extra Bass 910N, the Sony XM4, and the Sony XM5. Honestly, when it comes to sound quality, none of those get anywhere close to this, the Audeze Penrose. And this cost $300 when I bought it. Not on a sale anywhere, but I was actually in Best Buy because I was really interested in picking up one of those Sony devices. They have a setup where you can actually connect your phone, at least in mine, to the devices and then you can listen. So I played all my like super strong bassy songs and stuff with a lot of sounds going on so that I could hear a lot of the different details. And this just crushed all of them. I was like so disappointed because I actually wanted to walk out with one of the Sonys and I was like, these are just garbage compared to this. So if you see these deals, might be interested if you're into that type of sound. Like it's really hollow, detail's not really that great. The comfort's really good though. But if you're just looking for sound quality and you're gonna spend like $350, this is definitely the way to go over those devices. And hey, I even want to be thorough and I tested the Beat Studio 3, and well, yeah, those do not sound anywhere close to as good as this. I don't know how they got away with selling that for so much money for so long. And that's it for all the Black Friday deals that I have right now. I have a headset buyer's guide, webcam buyer's guide, ring light buyer's guide. I didn't quite finish the USB microphone buyer's guide, but I would recommend the Samson Q2U. And lately I've been really loving the Elgato Wave DX. That's an XLR microphone. Links to everything that I talked about are below.